It has been over 6 months since Sonic X Shadow Generations released, and it feels like the game is still missing something very important. The game received a very high praise with a 9 out of 10 IGN score, which is the highest since Sonic Adventure 2. However, there's a major plot hole with 2 characters that would work perfectly for a DLC. When you look at some of the recent Sonic games to come out in the last few years, they all had very bold DLC. Sonic Colors Ultimate had a movie Sonic skin and a cosmetic pack. Sonic Origins had a Plus version which added 12 Sonic Game Gear titles, playable Knuckles and Sonic CD, the classic music pack, and a premium fun pack which contained extreme missions, a mirror mode, and additional screen borders. Sonic Frontiers had an entire content roadmap with 3 DLC updates adding a jukebox, new challenges, and the final horizon, which was an entire new story and ending to the game. The original Sonic Generations had a pinball minigame DLC which was fun for like 5 seconds, but then you realize that Sonic plays pinball in almost every game, including the extremely annoying pinball game in Sonic Frontiers Chaos Island. Sonic X Shadow Generations only DLC was the movie Shadow level in Tokyo where Keanu Reeves had a few voice lines, but it literally takes like 2 minutes to beat it and that's it. Sonic X Shadow Generations needs a proper DLC that can rival Sonic Frontiers The Final Horizon, and I believe that they need to fix a major plot hole in the game. At the start of the game, Shadow and Silver are missing, but in the ending cutscene they are both there. The remaster explains Shadow's whereabouts where he's fighting his past enemies, which ties into his rival battle in Sonic Generations White Space and explains why he has the yellow Chaos Emeralds. However, Silver's whereabouts and Metal Sonic's whereabouts in White Space is full of mystery, which is why we need a Silver and Metal Sonic DLC expansion for the game. For Silver, what was he doing? Could he have also been fighting his own past enemies, such as Mephiles or Infinite? It is noticeable that Silver has a Chaos Emerald, which is a key plot device, but how did he get that Chaos Emerald? Which is the Silver Chaos Emerald that he used to Chaos Control in Sonic 2006. He does have some dialogue that says, "Sonic, is that really you, or are you some kind of fake sent for the Chaos Emeralds?" That could be referencing the doppelganger races, or maybe Infinite using the Phantom Ruby to create doppelgangers of Sonic, which would make sense because Sunset Heights is in Shadow's story. So what if Infinite, when he fights Silver in Sonic Forces, then sends him to Null Space, but Silver was able to grab a Chaos Emerald and use Chaos Control to send him to White Space? Shadow Generations confirmed that there is more going on in White Space than we originally thought. Silver Generations might have a direct connection to Metal Sonic Generations because for Metal Sonic, it is quite a mystery as to what he is doing in White Space and why does he have a purple Chaos Emerald. One possible theory is that Silver asked Sonic if he was a fake sent for the Chaos Emeralds, meaning that Dr. Eggman could have programmed Metal Sonic to search for the Chaos Emeralds, and he managed to find the purple one while Dr. Eggman was using the Time Eater. And I would not rule out the possibility that Metal Sonic in White Space is a fake through Infinite's use of the Phantom Ruby, especially since Metal Sonic has a purple Chaos Emerald the same as Infinite's purple color scheme. Metal Sonic has text saying, "Face me if you wish to have the Chaos Emerald." That makes no sense because Metal Sonic cannot talk unless he becomes Neo Metal Sonic or Metal Overlord. So maybe that somehow is a connection to Metal Overlord in Shadow Generations, or Dr. Eggman finally programmed Metal Sonic to talk. Shadow Generations features 6 levels being the Space Colony Arc, Rail Canyon, Kingdom Valley, Sunset Heights, Chaos Island, and Radical Highway, along with 3 bosses and a final battle. So for Silver and Metal Sonic, perhaps 3 or 4 levels each and 2 bosses should be enough. For Silver Generations' DLC, the first place to look is Sonic 2006, but it does already have Crisis City in Sonic's story and Kingdom Valley in Shadow's story, but Silver does have a good connection to Tropical Jungle. Sonic rivals should be represented, so perhaps Crystal Mountain Zone. Silver was in Sonic Freerider, so perhaps Magna Rift, which could be riding on the hoverboards, which would be a neat gimmick for hoverboard physics since in Sonic's story in Seaside Hill there is a section where you drive a car. And Sonic Forces could add Luminous Forest. Mephiles is already in the game, so Silver should have a rival battle against Infinite, especially since his encounter in Sonic Forces was an absolute missed potential there, and a final battle against Iblis, in which, much like how Shadow gets the Doom Wings, Silver should have some type of additional power-up that's not super. As for Metal Sonic Generations DLC, Sonic CD should be represented by Palm Tree Panic. Sonic Heroes definitely has to be represented in a big way, so perhaps Grand Metropolis. I feel like Sonic 4 Episode 2 could be represented by Oil Desert Zone. And let's go into a level from Sonic Superstars since that game has yet to be represented, so perhaps Golden Capital Zone. The first boss battle should be Metal Sonic vs Sonic in Stardust Speedway, but in reverse from Sonic Generation, where you play as Metal Sonic. Much like in Sonic 2006, you play as Sonic to defeat Silver, but later in the game you play the same battle as Silver to defeat Sonic. And a final battle against another giant robot, so perhaps Metal Sonic Mach 3.0 from Sonic Rivals 2. And of course, Metal Sonic is rarely ever playable, so his physics and gameplay should be very similar to Sonic since he is Sonic's doppelganger after all. Sonic Team's resources are likely focused on Sonic Racing Crossworlds, the possible Sonic Heroes remaster, and the next 3D Sonic game likely being Sonic Frontiers 2, so it's very unlikely that the game will ever get any more DLC or updates. A Silver and Metal Sonic DLC for Sonic X Shadow Generations would be really cool, but hey, there's at least some mods that make them both playable in the game. That's gonna do it for this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and remember, you gotta go fast!